Hi everyone, here is my Module 3 video. It is designed for first graders, and today I am going to be talking about when to use the articles a and an. I'm going to be talking about the skills that I learned through the textbook and Anita Archer's videos, all within opening, modeling, and guided practice. So I'm going to start with the opening. Since I am doing a rule when to use the articles a and an, Archer and Hughes said rules are generally understood through if-then statements. If A occurs, then B will occur. So the first thing I would do is review class expectations, remind students, and also praise the students that are showing signs of good behavior. After that, I would briefly introduce the new skill like Anita Archer did in her video with a few examples. So an example of a first grade rule that I will be using is when to use a or an. So you use a before consonants like C, D, F, G, H, and an before vowels A, E, I, O, and U. Then after I briefly introduce the new skill, I would review the previous skills that we learned, which are what are vowels and what are consonants. So this will help students be able to distinguish when to use a and when to use an. Next is my modeling, which I do again. Anita Archer suggests doing 3 repetitions of information. She said the 3 repetitions of information help move material from short-term to long-term memory. So for example, we use a in front of flamingo, bat, and dog. A flamingo, a bat, a dog. We use an in front of elephant, igloo, and ant. An elephant, an igloo, an ant. So those are the type of examples that I would use with my students. And then next, I have more examples and thorough explanation as seen in the cause and effect video by Anita Archer. So Archer and Hughes suggests that a range of examples is necessary in order to promote clarity and understanding in the skill set. So students would be given similar examples to the one I just said above, the flamingo, bat, igloo, elephant. And on top of those examples, after we have mastered those examples, students will be given non-examples. And as a teacher, I can develop non-examples by altering one of the critical attributes. So a non-example would be a octopus and an flamingo. An flamingo doesn't make sense because F is a consonant, not a vowel. So it should be a flamingo. An octopus should be an octopus because O is a vowel, not a consonant. Next, I would include students through active participation. This is something that Anita Archer highly suggests to make learning visible. The 3 active participation responses are verbal, written, or some action. And then when students verbally respond, whether it be choral or individual, the teacher needs to be the band director, as Anita Archer calls it. The teacher needs to direct when students should respond and try to avoid the blurt outs. And then writing can be done in the form of whiteboards or response cards, and this is when the teacher can embed a formative assessment. So I would probably make sure students know when to use a or an and feel very confident about consonants and vowels. And then something that I would do is I would do whiteboards and I would have a word on the board such as ant and say, okay, do you use a or an? And students would hold up an on their whiteboards. Next is the guided practice, which is what we do. So together with a class and some individual work time. So Archer and Hughes suggest because understanding is being ascertained, you must not guide or lead students. They must work independently. So after us working together as a teacher and as a class, I would then give students some time to work independently. And then for the guided practice, we would do a repetition of 3 times because that helps the information go from short term to long term. So I would use some type of diagram, kind of like Anita Archer did. I really liked that, such as a T-chart projected on the board visually to help students see the rule while everyone chorally responds. And then lastly, we would practice the new skills together, and this can be done through choral or individual responses. I would probably do a little bit of both just to have some variety. Individual responses being the students who want to talk, and then choral responses being the students who are maybe a little bit more quiet, and then just a mixture of both. Archer and Hughes, lastly, suggests when you check understanding of a rule, have students distinguish between examples and non-examples is indispensable.